everyone, Coffee and Colouring here, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be showing you my completed pages for March 2022. So I've completed 20 pages this month and out of 11 different books. So first I'll start off showing you the ones that aren't colour by number. We'll get straight into it because I am a little late to the party, but better late than never. It's just hard to find the time to film sometimes. So as you see, I've got written on here 2 buddy colours, and they're both with Chronic Colouring Down Under. So I did some buddy colours with her. I'll just go through the order that I coloured in this book. I've been really loving this book. So the first page I did in here was this one. It's very, very cute. And I really love the colours I chose. So I just use alcohol markers in here. And I think I just used Olite markers, yeah. I did. So that whole page is Olite markers. And a white Posca pen on the water a little bit there. And I really love how the background turned out. And that's that one. Then I did this one here. It's of this girl in a cage. And there is a colouring chat of me starting this one if you want to go to the colouring chat playlist and check that out. But yeah, again, I used my Olite markers. And really love how it turned out. I used a white Posca pen for highlights and for this part here, which belongs to the part holding the key. And on the key I used a Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic in gold. And yeah, I also outlined down here, there's little bits of glass, and there's a glass there, and I just love how that turned out. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this page. I think it's my favourite one I've done in here. So then my buddy colours with Chronic Colouring Down Under, who is Sarah here on YouTube. She's been really loving this book as well, so we've decided we're going to try do a couple pages a month at least. So this is the first one. It's of this sleeping girl, because I really wanted to do a Christmassy themed page. And I'll pop Sarah's finish image just on this side so you can see hers as well. So yeah, that's what I did and that's what Sarah did. I really love how hers turned out. It's so awesome comparing. I love doing buddy colours. And yeah, because I selected this page, Sarah chose the next one. But yeah, I added some white Posca pen in the background there because there was, you know, it was just plain. So I added white Posca pen dots and I outlined the snow here in white Posca pen, which I really love the effect because it looks like it's glowing from the moon. And yeah, I remember, I believe Sarah and I did this little doll very similar, so that's really cool. And yeah, I didn't really know what to do for the background much after I coloured in everything else. But my biggest problem after doing the background was what to do the colour of this blanket, because I don't know, I didn't want to do red and green because I feel like it would have been too many colours, too many different colours, because like her teddies are already different. And I used my Touch 5 markers, which is why it has the plastic like cover over the top. So I had someone ask me too, I think in the comments, how I do these with the plastic. So I'll just show you. All I do is I have a pack of them here, and I just cut off this white bit here, like just very close near it. I cut that open and then it will open up, and then you just slide it on. So all you do is just cut that white bit off that has the holes in it, the punched holes. And then, yeah, you can slide it over your page. So that was that one. And the other one I did, which Sarah chose, and I'm grateful she chose it because I probably wouldn't have coloured it in for a while at least if she didn't. So it's this one of this Victorian girl, and I love how she turned out because all I could imagine, because I started colouring it, I did the hair and the skin and that was it, and then all I could imagine was her in a yellow dress, like a really nice bright yellow dress. And then I'm like, yeah, if I do that she's gonna look like Princess Belle a lot, but who cares, like we'll just say that she's inspired by Princess Belle. I just really wanted her to be in a yellow dress. That was all that I could think about for this page. And I think I just used my Olip markers on this page. Yes. Oh yeah, I used all Olip brush markers because I got those recently. So I used that for this and for the other Buddy Colour page, the brush markers. And yeah, I love how they worked. And I added some stickles. I haven't used them in a while, so I added some stickles where you see the glittery bits. So her earring and on her fan here. And here's what Sarah's look like on the other side. So yeah, this one was really fun to do. Thank you so much, Sarah, for doing these Buddy Colours with me, and I look forward to doing more in the future with you. We've already picked one out for April to do, but we shall be picking another one as well. We're kind of going to see how we go each month, I believe, and you know, if we get the ones done and still want to colour from the book in that month, then we'll just keep stacking on the Buddy Colours, which I'm excited for, because this book is really fun and very relaxing to colour from. And all of the pages are just straight colouring. So yeah, that is the pages I did in Chibi Girls, the 4 books in 1 by Jade Summer. So the next book I have here is Little Monsters by Polly Jenkins. I found this book, it was on someone's channel, I think it may have been Nikki in Niagara, and it was very simple pages like this, and I just loved it, so I had to get it. I've wanted it for a while, but I had to wait again for me to move into the new house to get it. So yeah, I just wanted to colour in here. I used my Olip brush markers because I still wanted to practice with them. So I just did this little guy on the cover and just copied the colour scheme, so no credit to me there. So there he is. I just wanted to practice the shading and doing simple shading, so that's why I just did similar to what was on the cover. And yeah, I really love how the Olip brush markers worked. They're really good for doing like the straight colouring. I'm not too sure how they blend yet because I haven't tried doing that. But yeah, really love how this little guy turned out. And I'm very excited to do more in here for some simple, relaxing colouring. This is one of my new books this month as well. So yeah, that is that one. And that is all I did from non-colour by number books. So now we'll get into my dots, lines and spirals books, which there's only 2. So can you guess which one's going to pop up? The Vampire Diaries, Dots, Lines and Spirals. I love this book, so of course it's going to pop up. So the first one I did was this lined one, and it ended up being Elena. And in these books I just use a Sharpie Ultrafine in black. And it's so fun to see the back, like all of your hard work. But yeah, it's so detailed and I love how it looks. So there's that one, and then I did this one, which was a dots one, and it ended up being Stefan. So it. So that is that one. Next is one of my last new books I got before I moved houses. So I've been very excited since then to actually color a page in it. But I got a ScoobyDoo dots, lines, spirals and waves book. I love ScoobyDoo. For those of you who don't know, it's just my childhood. It's just my childhood, and I love the cartoon ones and the movies. Yeah, such a great little series. So I just selected the first lined one I could find, because the first page here is a dots one and I love the lines, and it ended up being Shaggy. So again, I used my black Sharpie Ultra Fines, and there's the back. So this one was really fun to do because unlike the other lined books, because it's a cartoon character, the lines are really thick, so you just kind of color the straight lines, and then when you get to the character, it's the thicker lines to do the outline. But yeah, I love how this turned out. I'm excited to do more from it, but I still want to try and complete the Vampire Diaries one before I do more in my other books. But every now and then I like to do some of my other dot line spiral books. So yeah, that's that one. Now we'll get into the color by number books. So the first couple I have to show you are actually kid color by numbers, which, if you guys know me, I find those really relaxing to do when I don't want to do any fancy coloring or focusing too much on the colors. So this is Happy Halloween by Such and Such Diva. So this one just has the color palette written there, and it doesn't have, like, you know, an actual thing that you could view of the colors, color key. So yeah, I've only done these in my Touch 5 markers, so all of them always have the plastic covers because they do yellow, and I don't mind using them in these books because they're kids books and very simple images, so even if yellowing does get on them, it's not too big of a deal. So yeah, I did this mummy page, and it's with my Touch 5 markers. I used a white Posca pen for the little dots in the background, and I did something different here with the straight colouring. So I usually straight colour in these ones, and then I do a darker shadow, but for the background I tried to blend it a little bit. So instead of just using one colour, which was number 6, which was blue, I used this turquoisey colour and tried to blend it there, which the Posca pen made it look a lot better. But yeah, it's a cute page. I do like how it turned out. And then I did this page here of this really cute Frankenstein, and yeah, I love how he turned out as well. I used a grey Posca pen actually for this grey part here, and the curtains said light blue, but I just used one really light blue colour and kept them kind of like a white. I don't know, I just didn't want the blue curtains really. And yeah, I used the Posca pen for the background here of the stars and for shading, like for highlights I mean. And yeah, I'm really happy with how he turned out. It's very simple. Like I said, Touch 5 markers in this book. And yeah, they're very fun, very easy to do a couple in the month or in a row. Usually when I work from a book, I do a few or a couple in a row if I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, that's what I did in Happy Halloween. So I have another 2 books that are like these kids ones by Such and Such Diva and Nikki Sharma. So the next one is by Nikki Sharma, and it's the Desserts color by number. So I really wanted to try color from one of my other ones because I have another Halloween one as well, but I'm trying to finish the one I just showed you. But I really wanted to do one in here with a different kind of coloring style instead of being very simple shading. But I didn't know when I colored it that this one does have the color key at the back, so it is my interpretation for the page, because I just completely forgot that there would be a color key on this one, because the newer ones I think by them have the color key and the really old ones don't. So I just did this first page, and it's of this cupcake, and I love how it turned out. Really love how it turned out. So I used alcohol markers, and I believe it was just my Elite markers. Oh no, sorry, I got the plastic on it. It was my Touch 5 markers. And then I used Prismacolor pencils to shade them. I used a white Posca pen for the highlights and some of the outlines here and on the background. And then that light blue background, if you can see it, is actually soft pastel. So this has been sprayed with fixative, and even though I put pencil over the top, I still put this because I think it would still yellow. And yeah, I love how it turned out. So these darker circles that have number 10 in it, they were already there, so I just outlined them, and then I added my own little white Posca pen circles and dots. And yeah, with the shading, I just grabbed one shade darker, or like, you know, just a darker shade than what I used with the marker, and just did a bit of shading. But then I used, for the chocolate, I did a darker color, and then I actually got a really light color to redraw the highlights on it, and I really love how it looks. So yeah, very simple picture, but it looks awesome when you add a little bit of shading just to give it some more depth. And yeah, I'm excited to do more from in here because I love books with desserts and sweets and candy and things like that. So yeah, I'm not too sure if I actually will follow the color key or not, because I do like playing around with my own interpretation of the colors, so then I can kind of make it match more, because I do not like color by number books when, you know, they have random colors on the page and it just looks like too many different colors. It's not cohesive. Those of you who've watched my videos for a while know that's what I'm like, but maybe I could play around and do these colors and try and make them cohesive with the pencil, but that might be a bit too much work for me, so we'll see how I go. So that is that one. I'm gonna have a quick coffee break. Alright, I'm not called Coffee and Colouring for no reason. So that is that book. Next I have my Color by Number 70 plus cartoon characters. I love this book, as you guys probably know. And yeah, I haven't coloured in it for a while, so this was one of the first books I coloured in as well, I think. So this is Eve from Wally. I did this page just because there wasn't too many colours on it, and I was curious. I didn't think it'd actually be a grey character. I thought maybe it was a coloured character, but with grey shading instead. But yeah, it was Eve. I think I've seen Wally like the whole movie I've watched once in my whole life, because I remember it made me cry. It's one of those really sad, eye-opening movies that I could not watch it again. It just hurts my brain, and it's just sad how the world is. And then I did this one here, which is Jigglypuff. So I did like go through the pages and then did the Eve one, and then I saw this one and I'm like, I'm pretty sure from the color scheme and where the outline was, it looked like the Jigglypuff on the back, so I was hoping it was, and then when I did it, it definitely was Jigglypuff. So, and for these I used, I believe, just my Ohuhu markers, and maybe my Elite markers as well. One of the greys on here, I think it's this really light grey, that was a Crayola Super Tip, because all my greys have like run out now in all my marker sets. So yeah, there's those pictures. And next I did some from my Mystery Colors book by Joe Bartos, and I really wanted to do some in here because I love this book and I had a bit of a break from it, so I just wanted to do some more from in here. And I've always wanted the Christmas one, the first one that came out, but I finally ordered that book and it did come in March as well. So yeah, I can't wait. I have to pick it up from the post office actually, but yeah, I can't wait to do some from in there. So I thought I need to do more from in this book for sure, because I'll be probably doing some from the Christmas one now. So the first one I did was this one of the snake, which actually goes this way. So I actually wrote down on my sticky note that I used Ohuhu markers, the Olip brush markers, and a Posca pen. So I actually remember the background. I used the Olip brush markers to try them out. I think this is one of the first pages I tried them out on as well, besides the chibi one. And yeah, I love how the snake turned out. I love seeing all the bleed through. But yeah, it's really cool. So that is that page. And then I had to do another one in here. And this one I've been wanting to do for a while. But it's the clownfish from the front cover. So there's that one and my one. So I used Ohuhu markers, a Posca pen, and a Crayola Super Tip, which I remember the Crayola Super Tip was the yellow. And here is, gotta show you the back, very satisfying. There's another one I did. I think that was my first page I did in this book. But yeah, that looks really cool. As you see, the Crayola Super Tip didn't go through because it's water-based. But yeah, this one was really fun to do. It was one of those ones I just couldn't wait to see what it looked like at the end, with all the bright colours on the clownfish and the cooler colours in the background. Yeah, really, really love it. Oh, I'll show you the colour key, the solutions. I'll show you the solutions so you can see what my ones look like. So there's the clownfish, my one, and then the snake, which is there. So yeah, that is that book. Had a lot of fun working in it. And now I have my French colouring books, which are my favourites. I love working in them. So I have this book here, as you can see, and I love my pixel books, the ones with the little squares. I love how they look. So this was my first and is my only book from Hatchet Heroes. I really want all their pixel books, and I just wanted to start one in here. So I did the first page, and because they're double-sided, I used Crayola Super Tips, and it was Jiminy Cricket. So as you see, it doesn't bleed through. And I use a black Posca pen for the black bits all the time. And yeah, he's not too bad. It's a little bit streaky because I hadn't used Crayola Super Tips in a while, but I'm still pretty happy with how he turned out. I'm excited to do more in here, and I might actually use another medium, which I'll show you my next books. I used a different medium, so I'm excited to show you those, but I think I might use that in this as well to see if I like it. So that's that page. Next I have my Legrand Classics Tome 3. So I'll show you the first one in here, which was actually a buddy colour for October, and it's Ursula. So this was my buddy colour with Mini Rach, or Mini Rachie on YouTube. I can't remember, one's her Instagram, one's her YouTube. But we decided for Halloween we'll choose a page, and it could be any that we saw that was like horror themed. It could be just an evil like villain character. It could be, you know, there's a page in here with Maximus holding a knife. Where is it? It's really funny actually. There. I'm like, it could be that one because, you know, you could see that as a horror thing. Like, it's just on the surface things that look horror themed. So for a while I was going to do this guy, but I really wanted to do Ursula, and I did the outline in October, but I finished it in March, like I said. But if you're wondering what the medium is, it's actually acrylic paint. So I was very inspired by Disney Colors on Instagram. She does amazing pieces from these French books in acrylic paint. So this one's a little disappointing because if you come up close, sorry, I knocked you guys, you could see there's some textured bits. And it's not as smooth looking as I like. So like the background there, you can see like here there's a lot of texture. But from far away it looks pretty good. I still use my black Posca pen for the outline. But yeah, I wanted to try again and try smooth out the paint a little more. So that is that one. There you go, Rachel. You finally get to see which page I did for this buddy color. So sorry about the wait for that. So then I did this page of Donald Duck, which I looked at the solutions because I just wanted a very simple page with a simple color palette. Let me just zoom you guys out a little bit more. So I did this, and I love how he came out. Definitely a lot smoother. As you see, there's pretty much no textured bits on it. So yeah, and it's all acrylic paint, and then acrylic black Posca pen. So yeah, technically it's all acrylic paint. Really love how he came out, and I was very proud of myself. And I didn't do it with the Ursula page, but I did it for this one. I actually put tape around the border, but it still got a little bit in. So I want to try again to see if I could still do a smooth page. And I chose my third picture from in here, which was this one. So it's Lewis from The Princess and the Frog. And again, I love how he came out. I'm pretty happy with him. Yep, all acrylic paint. So I just love the acrylic paint because it does color up all the lines and the numbers and stuff. So you get a very vibrant looking image, and it just pops. I really love it. And for those of you who are curious and do like using acrylic paint, I would suggest using it in these books because it's really fun. You need a very, very tiny little paintbrush to do the details, because I knew there was no way I was going to paint the line work. That is just too much work. So that's why I still use the Posca pen, and it kind of cleans up the paint lines that I do go over and out of the lines a little bit. So that's why I'm nervous to do a page that doesn't have the black outline, because it is quite hard to stay in the lines. But yeah, that's that one. I'm very happy with all of them. So there's the Donald Duck one that I did, and then there's Lewis there, and my one. So I think I got the colors pretty accurate. So I do have a 48 set of paint, and you kind of learn as you work with them, because I had someone ask me if I had to mix a lot and stuff like that. Pretty much every color that I've used, I've had to mix the paint, because even the paint in the tube, you get your yellows, your greens, all of that. You're not going to get every exact same color of green and all of that that's in here. So pretty much every single color I've had to mix. And there's only the off chance that you won't have to mix it and you've got the right color in the tube. But yeah, that's what I did in this book. So the tome 3 is pretty much my acrylic painting book now. But yeah, I'm really loving it, so I might continue it in all my books. Next I have this one here, and I've been wanting to do a page in here for a while. It's one of the books I got for my birthday last year. And I just decided to go with the first page because this one is a bunch of animals in it. So I did want to try the acrylic painting in here as well. But as you see, a lot of them do not have black outlines. So I was really nervous about it. So I just did the first page, which is the bee here. And I am pretty happy with how it turned out. And I love how crisp it is because I did put the tape and it didn't go out the lines or anything. Yeah, very happy with how it turned out. My colors were kind of different. I'll show you the solutions. Like mine are a lot more darker and brighter. This is their one, the solution, and then my one. So all of this is acrylic paint, and then the black is my black Posca pen. Yeah, really love how it turned out, but it was very hard to keep the fuzzy little details and stuff, like that were the brown bits. Like, see how there's all the little spiky fuzzy bits? It was very hard to keep in the lines of that, the detail, so I kind of added my own random fuzzy bits, I think, if I had already covered them by accident. But yeah, it's not too bad, and the black did help fix it up a little bit. But yeah, I kind of had the idea, because it is very difficult to paint all the little details sometimes. Well, I might try on this page next to it just to compare, but I might only use acrylic paint for the backgrounds, and then I'll do my colored pencils for the image itself of the animal. So usually when I use colored pencils in my French books, I do a base of Crayola Super Tips and then use my Prismacolors over the top. So that's what I plan on doing. I just want to try paint, you know, a big chunk of the background, which again means I don't have to hand color the whole thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do in the future, because some of the little details are just very hard to paint. But also it challenges me, which I like. But I just am very focused when I have to do all those little details. And these are the main brushes, paint brushes that I use. They're very teeny tiny. And then when I mix paint and for the backgrounds, I use this bigger one. So yeah, that is the last page. And the last thing I colored, and I cannot wait to do more from in here. So that concludes everything I colored for March 2022. Sorry again that this video is a little bit late, but it is hard for me to find times to film with work and yeah, just with doing other things in general, but I will definitely get these videos out when I can. So thank you guys for your patience. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.